Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you and supported by Saltire Energy, who are delighted to announce an extended partnership with Scottish Rugby, which will see them continue their support of international match days for the Scotland men's team. Saltire Energy became an official partner in 2021 and continues to focus on the positive impact sport plays in the lives of young people. And a quick note from my sponsors, Craig International. As the season draws to a close, just wanted to thank you and all during a pretty tumultuous season for both Aberdeen Football Club and for yourself. We got through it all together. All of us, Dons fans. From a business perspective, the channel has brought us some great new contacts and opportunities in parts of the world we operate. So again, thank you. Looking forward to the shows over the summer and truly optimistic for the new season. As always, stand free. That's a message from Steve McCarty, Joint Managing Director of Craig International. To everybody at Saltire and to everybody at Craig International, thank you guys so much for all of your support during this fantastic season that we've had here on Ali Beg ABTV. After a turbulent campaign, the end of the season is now upon us. One game left against Ross County up in Dingwall. Kickoff is at 3 o'clock. So the aim, obviously, is to finish top of the bottom six and to finish the season as strongly as we possibly can. We want to end up in 7th position. So much for Ross County to play for. Currently 2 points ahead of St Johnstone, who travel to Motherwell knowing they need a win and they need something to happen from us up in Dingwall. It's going to be some end to the season to see who finishes in that playoff spot. How you doing? A very warm welcome to the show. Delighted that you're here as always. Saturday night, ahead of our final game of the season. Can you believe it? Just a few weeks ago, I was desperate for this season to end. Now, I'm devastated that it's come to an end because in the past few weeks, we have been absolutely outstanding. The difference since Mr. Warnock left and Peter came in and took over again and got us going, got us firing on all cylinders and just performing again. Shackles off and off we went. And for me, it's just been a season of what if. So there we go. I can't believe it. Last game of the season. Absolutely unbelievable. So guys, this is the preview show. Usual script. Get in touch. Tell me your final thoughts ahead of our last game of the season. What sort of team do you think Peter will pick? We'll come to that in just a moment. I've got my own ideas on it. How do you think we'll play? How do you think the game will end up? If there's anything else you wish to discuss tonight, it's a free book this evening, so no time limit, so we can discuss basically whatever you like. If any of you went to the Picnic at Pittodrie initiative today, I'd love to hear from you. I thought that was an absolutely fantastic idea from the Community Trust. So many families enjoyed having a picnic on the pitch at Pittodrie today, and I've seen 1 or 2 videos of kids scoring goals and all that sort of stuff and just living the dream. An absolutely fantastic idea. So kudos to everybody involved at the Community Trust who continue to do an absolutely incredible job for the greater community of Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire. And I absolutely tip my hat to every single one of you because the job that you're doing, it deserves more credit in my humble opinion. So I've had a wee bash at the team I think Peter will pick tomorrow. Because I've got to be honest, after last week where he made 5 changes, I'm really not sure what he'll do tomorrow. But I've had a wee bash at it. And I've got to be honest, my predictions have been absolutely hopeless this season. But hey, here we go. So I think he'll stick with Ross in goal. And I've got a feeling he will stick with the same back 4 that began the game in midweek. There is an argument to suggest that Big Ruby could start, but I think he'll go with the same back 4. Then I think he'll play 3 across the middle. So I think he'll play the skipper, Dante in the middle. How can he drop Dante after that performance in midweek? And Connor Barron, who I think will probably play his last game for Aberdeen. Then I've just gone with 2 in front of them. Junior, who I think has been absolutely outstanding. And then I think he'll play Leighton, just to give us that creativity in the final third. And I think Bojan will come back, because again, with the greatest respect, and without trying to sound too harsh, I don't think Esther had the greatest of games during the week. So that's what I think roughly will happen. So the skipper has spoken ahead of the game. He said it's been a really frustrating season. We haven't been good enough in the league. We know what we've got in the squad, and we've hit form at the wrong time. We seem to be controlling games a lot. Good movement. Once we moved away from the bottom, the boys have shown what they could do and played a bit freely. We have shown in cup competitions and in Europe against big teams what we can do. We knew there was always a team in there, but we were not doing enough in the league, which is frustrating. We all know what team we could have been. So obviously there's been plenty of talk from the lads off the pitch. And during the season, they quite simply didn't perform on the pitch. Now, there are obviously a number of reasons for that. And, without sort of finger pointing or putting the blame on anybody, to me, the team were just quite simply strangled by the tactics that were deployed by, again, with the greatest respect to Barry, and particularly by Neil Warnock. So I think if they weren't strangled, again, I use that terminology, what if? Because we are seeing, with the freedom that they've been given to express how good they are, how things have all come together. So let me just clear a couple of things off the timeline, because there's a couple of bits I just want to get in. So during the week, we obviously did the watch-along show, which did absolutely unbelievably well. So I've decided that we're going to do it again tomorrow. It got over 1,300 views, which again just absolutely blew my mind. But if you're going to Dingwall tomorrow, here's your weather forecast. So at kickoff, they're expecting it to be 15 degrees. The high will be 16, the low 11. So it's going to be okay. A gentle breeze up in the Highlands. Don't forget, 3 o'clock kickoff. So we're going to do this live watch-along show. So we'll come on air roughly 10 minutes before kickoff. If you don't understand the idea behind the show, what I basically do, it's a very simple format. It's just an opportunity for us to basically all watch the game together. So I'll stick the game on Red TV, and then I'll sort of report as things happen during the game. So I'm not allowed to commentate during the game because that's against the rules, but I can sort of comment on the game as things happen and react as things happen. And then the idea, very much like what we did on Wednesday night, was just to read your comments out during the game and just basically watch the game together. And honestly, it was such good fun on Wednesday. There was so much laughter and so much humour that I just felt it's something most definitely worth doing again, and most definitely worth looking at throughout the season, when the new campaign starts, because I really, really enjoyed it. So if you fancy it, just come and join in the fun, because that's what it was all about, really. Just before I get to your comments, just let me take a moment. There's been a handful more of you who have signed up to the ABTV membership in the past couple of days. So many, many thanks for doing that. The membership scheme is building really, really nicely. And you're going to see very soon how I've used your financial commitment to build and improve this channel. You will see it very, very soon. We're not that far away from 3,600 subscribers. At the last count, I think we're about 12 away. If you would like to subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. I would be very, very grateful if you would. Because again, all it does is just help build the channel and get people talking. If you enjoyed today's show, press the old like button. It just helps with the old YouTube algorithm and all that sort of stuff. Now, some of you, in fact, a lot of you have commented on the article that I had in today's Press and Journal about the aftermath of the boy band that I once frequented after we split up, and how I basically coped with the splitting up of the band. The reason that we did that interview was because, first and foremost, last week was the 30th anniversary of us having a top 10 hit, our one and only top 10 hit, and also because it was Mental Health Awareness Week. So we tried to basically tie the two in. I've been absolutely flattered by how many of you have responded and have sent me your personal messages and told me of your own personal struggles. And I'm just delighted that the article, in a very, very small way, appears to have helped. And again, I'm very, very flattered by that. And, you know, tonight, if there's anything you want to ask me about it, just, you know, feel free. I know that we obviously have an awful lot of fun about my time in Bad Boys Inc. And I very much use it for self-deprecating humour. But there is obviously that serious side to it when it comes to the coping mechanism that I used after the band split up. Because, trust me, it was a pretty horrific 18 months before I was able to swallow my pride and step back into society and get back to work, which for the first sort of 6 to 12 months was also a very, very difficult period because there was a lot of finger pointing, a lot of backstabbing, and a lot of whispering. Because obviously, without me trying to sound slightly arrogant here, I was still, even then, a recognizable face because of the connection with the band. So it was very, very difficult. So the article is basically about the coping mechanism and how I was able to sort of get through it, and also the continued battle with my illness at the moment. So if there's anything you want to ask me tonight, you know, if you're happy to discuss it, just feel free. But if you want to reach out, again, absolutely feel free to reach out. So thank you for you know, all your kind comments. And my two boys were absolutely thrilled to bits that they got their names in the newspaper today. Right, let's open you up. Let's see how we're doing. Right, where have you all gone? What's happening here? There we go. Right, so let's chuck that up there. Right, first of all, we need to... I keep making this mistake, so... pause that. Okay, so Gordon Keith Ritchie is on. How are we doing, Gordon? Evening all. If we play tomorrow as we have the last few games, we will win. Time to finish the season on a high and build for next season. Come on, your Reds. Graham Barron is here. Hi, Graham. Fit like Ali and fellow dandies. Play our strongest 11 first half and all the young lads for the second half as Ross County are fighting. Let's finish the season with another win. Come on, your Reds. Gavin Wilson says, good evening, Ali and dandies. I hope nothing is going to change your mind about supporting our team tomorrow. Heaven knows we need to get behind them and win, and we'll be walking on air. Gavin, your research continues to astonish me. Great work. If any of you don't know, there's a few references to Bad Boys Inc. songs in there. Graham Barron says, Ali, Bad Boys Inc. should have reformed and entered Eurovision. At least you guys would have got a point. You think? Richard Mickey McMillan says, come on, you Reds. Really looking forward to tomorrow. Get into them. Marcy Clark says, we really need the SPFL to get rid of this glass ceiling of the top six. Currently, Aberdeen and Hibs and Motherwell should be 5th, 6th and 7th, and also a Europa Conference at place here too. I am with you 100%. I've said now for the past few weeks, I just don't see the point in it. I don't see the benefit of it. I don't see what it achieves. For me, I just think it's an absolute load of nonsense and get rid of it. Angie is on. Hi, Angie. How are you? She wishes everybody a good evening. Gutted it's the last game tomorrow, but we are certainly ending on a high. Hopefully we can finish 7th. It will be a tough game, but going 2-1 for the Dons. Come on, you Reds. Kaiser's on, wishing everybody a good evening and saying fit like. The musical box is on. Hey, guys. Ian Morgan Smith is here. Hi, Ian. Evening, dandies. I'm looking forward to joining Glasgow Dons tomorrow for a successful and sunny trip to Dingwall. Have a brilliant trip and a very safe one as well. Neom709 has said, hi, dandies. Angela Hamilton has said, hi, everyone. Michael Taylor is here saying, good evening, guys. Hope we're all in good form. Looking forward to the match tomorrow afternoon. Come on, you Reds. Musical Box says, rugby, isn't that a game played by men with a strange shaped balls? Egg chasing, I like to call it, fella. Kaiser 1903. Hey Kaiser, good point, mate. A sellout in the weigh-in tomorrow. Tremendous support. I have to say, the support of the team this season, both home and particularly of away, continues to absolutely blow my mind, considering the absolute garbage that we played for the most part of this season. The away support in particular. Oh, dearie me. Luminous Reality, how are we doing? Fit like Ali and fellow dandies, thanks for all your hard work on this show this season. I've loved tuning in. Can't wait for next season and more ABTV. Don't need to thank me, mate. It's an absolute pleasure. Trust me, I love it just as much as you are. Suze is on. Good evening, dandies. Hi, Suze. How are you? Bob is here. Hi, Bob. Can't see quite a few changes tomorrow. Graham to drop out along with Connor. Slobodan to return. Ross to remain between the sticks. Make a run out for Jack Milne. Susan Casey's on. Hi, Susan. Good evening, dandies. Hopefully the nice weather continues tomorrow up in Dingwall. The Musical Box says, I really don't like the close season. Neither do I. Thank God we've got the Euros, which is right on my doorstep. But I'm with you. I hate the close season as well. To be fair, once the Euros are done, it's really not that long until we get going again. Kaiser has said Miofsky to get 3 tomorrow. That'd be nice. Neom709 says 2 mins and pints for a change tomorrow. Rod Cower said, good evening, Ali. After the last game, good luck predicting tomorrow's lineup. I gave it a bash. I'm probably miles off. To be fair, I've been miles off all season. Barry Cool is here. Hi, Barry. How are you, pal? Good evening, fellow dandies. He says, currently in the Shepherd's Rest in West Hill and in the Lager Garden. How nice. Boba says, I work at AFC, so that allows me to address the players by their Christian names. Nice. Bruce McKenzie said 22 Lewis and Harris Dons crossing the Minch for a day trip to Dingwall, 8 a.m. ferry, start and hopefully home after 9 p.m. You guys, again, we've been saying it all season. Your commitment is absolutely unbelievable. Thank God this one, even though it's still a trek for you, thank God this one is a little bit closer to home. Have a safe trip, everybody. The Musical Box says, rest of the season against Peter Levine's time is night and day. It is, isn't it? It's black and white. Graham Klein is here. He said, off to the game tomorrow. Hopefully a win for us, but would prefer County staying up than St Johnstone. Barry Cole came back to say, when we got Peter in for the lad that left for Hearts, I was gutted. Think PL and JT will work magic with this club. Got you. Okay. Yeah, Barry, I'm with you. I can't wait for him to come in to see how they all work together. John Kylo has said 2 words on the upturn in form, McDonald and Hoylett. John, you make a very good point and a very valid one as well. In regards to the picnic at Pittodrie today, Musical Boxes, I bet the Seagulls enjoyed it as well. Kirstine McKechnie. Good evening, Ali and fellow dandies. How's that name check going, Kirsten? Am I getting it right yet? Graham Klein came back to say, played on the pitch yesterday with 43 other Aberdeen members, and it was an excellent morning for all of us. I'm so jealous. Sousa said, it's all happening at the bottom, more exciting than the top. Best team tomorrow got out on a high. Kevin Spence is here. Tough game tomorrow. Ross County will battle and scrap for every ball. We need to start with our strongest team. The Musical Box says, my 2 words on the upturn in form is about time. Graham Barron came back to say, we have to keep Simon Murray quiet tomorrow if we want to finish strong. I will go for a 3-0 win for Aberdeen. Can't wait for the watch-along show tomorrow. Let's get Ali to more subscribers. Thank you, Graham. Susan Casey came back to say, great day at the picnic at Pittodrie. The weather was amazing. Lots of stuff for the families to do. And I was there to help take the fans on the mini tours. Brilliant, Susie. Good stuff. Such a good idea. It really is. Erica Mitchell is here. Hi, Erica. Good evening, Ali and fellow dandies. Here's hoping we pick up the 3 points tomorrow. The past few games have been brilliant. Where's the team been all season? Dearie me. It's a common question that's been asked for the past few weeks. The musical box said, Esther Sokla looked like he was off the pace on the game on Wednesday, but you couldn't really expect him to be match sharp given his lack of game time. Yeah. Kaiser came back to say McDonald and Garterman have both been excellent over the last 6 games. They have. I agree, mate. Barry Cole came back to say we'll be on tomorrow. Thank you, mate. He also says roasting. Sun's out. Oh, and the guns are out as well. The girls are very lucky, mate. West Coast Donna said, hi, Ali and fellow dandies. Hopefully we will win tomorrow and finish strong. Wish they would get rid of the split. Rod Cow said, I know there was a lot of moving parts on Wednesday, but I did notice after McDonald was sub, there were a couple of scares on our box. There were, mate. John came back to say, the scary thing is McDonald isn't even that great a player, and he's just competently effective. Okay. West Coast Honor said, only thing I want to hear is Bojan staying on, or we get 8 million for him and bolster the squad. Musical Box says, do you think boy bands will be like the Stones and still perform when they're in their 70s? The dancing should be interesting at that point. Well, look at Take That. You know, fair play to the boys. Well, the 3 of them, still in their 50s and still getting down with the kids. Fair play to them. West Coast Honor said, boys and girl bands ruined music. I can take your point, but you think? I'm not so sure. There's some very, very good pop music out there. Some very good pop music. I shall remove myself from that equation, but there were some decent stuff about. Scott W. said it'd be brilliant to end the season with another win and have the lads head off on their holidays on a high. Kaiser said Duke and Miovski should be offered new contracts. Neil Strachan is here. Hi, Neil. Hi, Ali. Score will be 5-0 for us, and I'm really excited to see the boys for next season. I was at the picnic and scored a penalty. Good lad, Neil. The musical box says they won't dump the split as it loads the bases nicely for the Glasgow teams. Yeah, we were talking about that because obviously, you know, there'll be another 2 games for Sky to enjoy, and we all know what games they are. Sorry, 1 more game, so we all know what games they are. Scott W. said, we need to drop the split, but we can't look at the point totals at the end of the season. We've played the top 3 again, so a strong possibility we wouldn't have beaten them. Yeah. He said, I'm going for us winning fairly comfortably tomorrow. 2-0 will do fine. John Grant is here. Hi, John. He said, hi, dandies. Let's hope we can pick up another 3 points. We're playing some good stuff. Lots of positives for next season. Jam Ultra is here. Hi, Jam. It's been a mad season. Great finish to it and loads of positivity for next season. I would hate to follow Celtic or Man City, teams who win a lot conditioned thinking. It's boring. Richard Mickey McMillan says, I stay in South Lanarkshire, where is my nearest Don supporters club? Wouldn't have a clue, mate. Angie came back to say, Hoylett was the only good thing to come out of the Warnock appointment. Really hope he gets a new deal from Tulane. Also, hats off to Leavin. What a great job the guy's done. He certainly has. Scott W. makes a good point. To be honest with you, mate, I've not checked this, and I'll need to check it. Will we not be back playing before the Euros finish, as in playing our League Cup group games? So, if you've got a moment, can someone have a quick look for that? So, the Euros start on the 14th of June. Takes roughly a month, roughly. So, that'll be round about the 14th or the 15th of July. And then obviously the League Cup group stages kick in. So if anyone can quickly Google that, that would be great. Doug Smith says, Talene is a hard act to follow. I hope you appreciate Peter Leven's outstanding contribution. I think he will, mate. I absolutely think he will. Musical Boxer said, it will be an interesting few weeks during the close season, seeing who leaves and who comes in. Kirsten came back to say 3 goals from Miovski would be great, and I also hate the split. Yes, Ali, you're doing a grand job getting my name right. Come on, get in. Barry Cole says, maybe shouldn't say this. Many, many years ago, a few of us went to the local. Crooked Winkle Picker. Come on, dandies. Let's get that goal difference to 0. Maybe +1. That'd be nice. Do you know, I was looking at our away form throughout the season. 18 games played. We've only won 5 away games, drawn 4, and lost 9. We've scored 20 goals in that time, and we've conceded 27. Oh. Bob says, nice piece about you in the P&J today, Ali. Thank you, Bob. David Gold says, good evening, fellow dandies. Confidence should be on our side after the last few outings. Ross County won't be easy, though. David Gold says, I will be tuned in tomorrow for the watch-along show. Excellent. Gareth Mackey said, Ali, wanted to say thank you for all your efforts on the show this season and bringing the fans closer together too. Keep up the great work. Here's to you, your family, and your health, buddy. Cheers. Gareth, thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. Trust me, I get just as much fun and enjoyment out of doing this than you guys at home watching it. I wouldn't do it otherwise. And honestly, it's you guys that keep me going. The Musical Box said, if there's good pop music out there, it's been hiding for a long time. Oh, chilling. That hurts. That hurts, but it is quite funny. He said, what was the name of the band again? Bad Noise Inc. Honestly, that's a new one on me. One of my favourite ever jokes about the band was, how many members of Bad Boys Inc. does it take to change a light bulb? Well, they can't sing, they can't dance. So what makes you think they can change a light bulb? Gareth Mackey has said, see, Cali have dropped down another division. Crazy how that has developed and also sad to see. Gosh. Musical Box said, I think we've been playing well enough. We might have beaten any of the top 3. Susan Casey has said, I think our first cup game is the 15th of July. Boy, that's gonna be tight, isn't it? Gosh. Graham Byron came back to say, so he posted and I read this and I was like, what's he going on about? He said, Aberdeen is the best. Come on, Aberdeen. Right, so I've got that bit. And then he came back to say, haha, that was my daughter, Suri, that got hold of my phone there. Can't leave anything for 2 minutes. Brilliant. So good. Kaiser said, Peter's been absolutely tremendous, but hopefully we finally have a real manager that will get us pushing Celtic. Barry Cool is giving us an update on his movements this evening. So he's left the pub. He's now in the hotel. Graham Klein, here we go. So the 13th and 14th of July, the 16th and the 17th. Wow, that is quick. Gavin Wilson said the group stages of the Viaplay Cup will again begin in mid-July. Susan Casey just confirms weekend of the 13th of July. Boy, that's quick. That's good. That's not too long. Scott W., in reply to Richard Mickey McMillan about the supporters club, he said there's a couple of supporters clubs in Glasgow. One of the lads earlier just wrote a message about going up with the Glasgow Supporters Club. So, Richard, go to the top of the chat, see where that message was and who it came from, and maybe you can get in touch, and there you go. Ange Jameson has said, such a great idea for the watch-along show. See you all tomorrow. Brilliant. Neoma said, he's one of our own. He's one of our own. Ali Beg, he's one of our own. bless you. Right, how long have we done? We've done half an hour. Right, let's call it a night, eh? Right, so, gentle reminder. Tomorrow, at about 10 minutes before kickoff, come and join us to do the watch-along show. So, all you have to do, because a few people are asking me how it works. So, however you're able to watch the game, stick the game on, and then potentially have two windows open on your PC, on your laptop, whatever. So you've got the game in one window, and you've got us in the other window. And then obviously stick the game on mute or whatever, and just listen to me waffle on nonsense, and just read out all the comments that come in. Honestly, it was such good fun the other night. I went home and I went to bed with a big smile on my face, and then when I saw, the viewership over 1,300. It's just absolutely brilliant. So yeah, just come and have some fun. Kevin Spence just confirming that Inverness have just been relegated. David Gold also confirming, yes, League Cup group stage kicks off at the same weekend the Euros end. Right, guys, we're done. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your evening, and I will see you tomorrow. And we've only got one last thing to say, and it's the final thing to say this season, which is the very best of luck to the lads tomorrow. Go out on an absolute high. Send that travelling support home as happy as they can possibly be. You've showed us in the past few weeks how good you can be. Just finish it off one more time. Do it one more time. Go away for your summer and then come back and we kick on again. Guys, have a great Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow. Stand free.